Namaste. I'm Jessie with Horseback Yoga, and today's teaching comes from this wonderful book I recommend to all horse people, The Tao of Equus by Linda Konoff. I'll link to it so that you can find where to purchase it in the notes below. This comes from a chapter titled The Lost Art of Doing Nothing. In our culture, doing nothing is the slacker's vice. Those who work more, buy more, try harder, and seem busier are the ones we're taught to admire and emulate. The art of not striving has been lost, and we're suffering from a host of stress-related ailments as a result. The entire history of Western civilization is proactive. I actually had to look back into ancient China to find a term capable of defining the constructive aspects of doing nothing, wu wei, which more accurately translates as not doing. This is one of the central principles of Taoism, a system of thought and experiential learning I quickly realized has much in common with the equine perspective. And then earlier in the same chapter, she writes, I instinctively developed a therapeutic approach to the equestrian arts by helping a number of amateur riders with so-called problem horses. Capitalizing on the inroads I had made with Raza Noche, her former horses that had really helped her learn about this approach. I introduced many of these frustrated owners to the benefits of relating to their four-legged adversaries as sentient beings worthy of collaboration instead of domination. In the process, I often recommended that they simply hang out with their horses for a few weeks. I had seen how quick-fix training techniques, whips, increasingly severe bits, and other gadgets that try to force a 1,000-pound creature into submission would invariably lead to physical and psychological breakdown, not to mention the kind of fear and resentment in a horse that can put the rider's life in danger. Encouraging people to back off, suspend all goals, and set aside time to do nothing with their horses was surprisingly effective in alleviating long-standing behavioral problems and some physical challenges as well. So one of the core principles in the yoga practice, especially in the practices that I teach in the hayloft and on horseback, is this concept of learning how to let go of agenda, let go of striving, and even let go of the idea that, okay, I want to go to this horseback yoga workshop and turn myself into this pretzel on horse so that I can get a great picture, or whatever drive we have to get some sort of outcome. The magic and the beauty of these practices is just learning how to be comfortable in the moment, in the present, without having to accomplish or achieve or strive. And it's not something that comes easily or natural to many of us, and it's something that does take practice. And so I invite you over this next week to the next time you go to visit your horse, see if you can approach your horse without an agenda, without a training technique that you want to apply, without a goal in mind. And perhaps it's a bit of an oxymoron, but allow your goal to be experiencing the moment, experiencing what it's like to not do and just be with your horse. So what that may look like is meeting your horse in the pasture and just standing next to your horse and observing, not even approaching the horse to pet or scratch, but simply be in the pasture and notice what comes up for you. Notice how long you can be there without doing anything. Notice how your horse responds. If your horse doesn't live in a pasture, you can go and stand outside of the stall or stand inside of the stall, but without carrots in your pocket and without a grooming bucket close by, and see what happens if you just be with your horse. I'd love to hear from you in the comments, and happy practicing non-doing Wu Wei, and we'll see you next time. Namaste.